counting of votes is ongoing across polling stations in Sierra Leone, where elections were held Saturday across the different districts in the West African country. The election is considered a straight contest between the president and candidate of the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP, Julius Bio, and Samura Kamara, that's the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, APC. Other presidential candidates in the elections are Ba Mohammed Channel of the National Democratic Alliance, Coca Praise of People's Democratic Party, Jojo Mohammed, Citizens Democratic Party, Kabuta Henry, the United National People's Party, and KKA, that's Alliance Democratic Party. Presidential candidate of the APC, Sumatra Kamara, expresses reservations about the exercise. Meanwhile, an international election observer group, Pan-African Women Projects, has been reacting to the election in Sierra Leone. Head of mission Eno Udensi spoke on the turnout of the polls, the credibility of the exercise, amongst other developments in the presidential election.
The turnout yesterday at the Sierra Leonean election was very, very impressive. In fact, about 3,200,000 and something voters registered for the Sierra Leone elections, and across the regions, from what we saw here in the Western region and from what our observers has sent forth at the Situation Room, it was a huge turnout at all the police stations that we visited. And again, we saw the passion. The Sierra Leoneans were very enthusiastic about this election because in Sierra Leone, out of every 10 persons, the 8 of them are youths between the ages of 0 to 40 years. And from our interactions with them and from what we saw, they were willing, they were eager to come out and cast their votes. Generally, the mood of the Sierra Leonean after this exercise is that everywhere is quiet. People are quiet. And from our reports from our observers from the other regions, from the situation we have seen that the elections there were peaceful. Even in the Western region, yes, they were peaceful. The issue, the concern was the late arrival of materials in the Western region, which is where we are. We also saw the major contender at this election, Mr. Samura Kamara, who is the candidate of the All People's Congress Party, expressing his concern over stuffing of ballot boxes by his opposition party at different regions. And this was a lot of issue because from even what our observers had sent to us through the Situation Room, we also saw a school teacher at one of the ballot stations also being arrested by the police when trying to bring ballot boxes on behalf of other political.
Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the All People's Congress, APC, has rejected the ongoing collation and counting of results in Saturday's presidential and parliamentary elections. Presidential candidate of the APC, Samura Kamara, in a video broadcast, says the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone has refused to tally the results using projectors for the sake of transparency. The APC candidate says the electoral body is adamant in using the projector, which makes it impossible for other political parties to monitor the collation and verify if the tallies are correct.
The All People's Congress Party is on a firm path to an irreversible victory. We will therefore not accept any skewed results. The ECSL is in the process of tallying the results of your votes at the regions. For transparency and dual verification of these results, the APC party has requested the ECSL to tally the results using projectors. This is best practice. However, the ECSL is fiercely resisting to use projectors, making it extremely impossible for the APC and other political parties to compare, reconcile, and verify the RRFs as recorded at the polling centers. The people of Sierra Leone have spoken loudly, and the message is very clear in the results coming in. We, the All People's Congress Party, therefore urge the ECSL to respect the due process, adhere to international best practice, as well as to what we agreed at Bintumani on the transparent, inclusive, and accountable counting and tallying of results.
When I'm being joined by Aigbe, an international election observer from Sierra Leone. Thank you very much for joining us, Austin. Oh,
Thank
all
you
right.
so much.
Now you heard that, gentleman, and of course you've been following events in Sierra Leone. Does it bother you that each time there is an election in Africa, there is a conflict? Does it bother you that each time there is an election in Africa, we have a conflict about the election?
Yes, I mean, it's usually, like you said, it's more like an African thing. Usually when elections are on, there are counterclaims and everyone wanted to win election by all means and all costs. But it's a struggle for power that is almost certain, whether in Nigeria, in the Gambia, now in Sierra Leone. It's always, you see those narratives, and it truly bothers me. But again, if you flip the coin around, it really doesn't bother me because it's an expectation. We are expecting some of those kind of narrative because political space in a way in Africa, particularly West Africa, is the kind of the only job that makes their own means, as it were. You just see everybody running into political positions, and because of the enormous benefit they derive from it, the attention is just there, and that's the challenge.
Austin, the election in Sierra Leone should have been decided before now. What I mean is, the political parties and their candidates should have known their chances to a large extent. What do you see playing out in favor of All People's Party?
So you're right with your question. It's possible to know where you stand, but in Sierra Leone is a bit different. The way the political structure is made, the people does align to political affiliation in a way that it's more ethnical. Whether you're on the northern side or the south of Sierra Leone, you've got to win substantial number of votes from your opponent area. For example, the APC candidate is from the northern side, the SierraLeone candidate from the south. And for you to win an election, for you to become president, to have like up to the 55% threshold, you should have substantial number of votes from your opponent side. So, but again, the regulation of the country is that you don't have to declare yourself. You don't have to release results. You don't have to make declarations. Just like in Nigeria, where only the Electoral Commission does have that power to make such an announcement that we are winning elections or we have won elections. So that's kind of resistance here. But in all honesty, you should follow the result to the end to be sure that whatever you have won at the polling unit location does reflect in the announcement of results. You cannot, at this point in time, to declare results because it's somehow immaterial or premature. Because as we speak, votes are being collated, tallying is going on at the regional locations. So we are still waiting for that to come to the national collation where the chief returning officer will formally make the declaration. But I think it's too early to begin to make speculation of who is winning. However, the parties at this time should already know because they sent party agents across the board. In any case, of the party, in fact, two major political parties did not have 100% deployment. Not whether the SRP or the APC, they didn't have 100% deployment of party agents across the locations.
It's a good thing, Austin Aigbe, we must thank you very much for joining us. It's a good thing that despite the pre-election violence and tension and the violence rhetorics, the elections went on very smoothly. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on Newsnight.